Hello everyone, my name is Kay and welcome back to your live feed recaps. I'm super excited to get into the events of day 13, but first make sure you hit that subscribe button below so you can stay updated as I will be recapping Big Brother all season long. Now let's get started. So last night we saw the live power of veto and live eviction play out. Shayna won the power of veto but decided not to use it, leaving Mirai and Kattan on the block, where Mirai was sent home with a unanimous vote. So let's rewind a little bit to Chris Kirk's HOH week, because at first his plan seemed to be to stay in the middle. There were two sides. There were Cynthia Carson on one side and you had Todrick and Miesha on the other side, and Kirkpatrick was trying to ride the middle without targeting either side so that they would end up coming after each other and he would be able to get off scot-free in his HOH. He chose to target Mirai because he didn't have a working game relationship with her. She didn't really have any close allies to pull for her, and him and her don't really get along personally because of some off-camera incident that CBS has not wanted to show us. So overall, I thought that Chris Kirk's plan to stay in the middle and not get that much blood on his hands, I thought that was a really good plan, but it seemed to have changed overnight. See, the morning of the eviction, Kirkpatrick woke up and he decided to cause some chaos, okay? He goes to Carson and Cynthia and he's whispering, hey guys, be prepared because something big might happen tonight. He goes over to Shayna and he's like, Shayna, hold on to the edge of your seat because I might do something big tonight. I might do something crazy.
If I win power of veto, me and you are going on the block Friday.
Why? Is that what they said?
No, but they will.
And Kirkpatrick's crazy plan is to actually target Todrick if he wins the power of veto. His reason for this is that Todrick and Miesha have been really bossy during his HOH, and he doesn't really appreciate that. All week long, they have been pressuring him to put up Carson Kressley because that is their rival. But of course, Kirk doesn't want to do that. He really likes Carson and Cynthia, and he's actually on their side. So as a viewer, I am living for a spontaneous blindside, right? I would love to see this drama all play out on the show. But from Kirkpatrick's perspective, I really don't think this is the smartest move to make, and I think riding the middle would have been the better move for his game. See, the whole reason he wanted to target Mirai in the first place is because Mirai was really close with Miesha and kind of Todrick, and so eliminating her would weaken Miesha and Todrick's game without hurting them directly. And even though this wasn't the flashiest move that he could make, I do think it was actually a really smart move. So basically last night, us live feeders were at the edge of our seats because we knew about this spontaneous blindside plan that could have possibly worked. But as we saw, Kirkpatrick completely fumbled this veto challenge. I mean, he did horribly. Like, it was really embarrassing. Like, I would be embarrassed if I was him. I don't know about y'all, but this seemed to be the easiest competition I've ever seen anybody play in Big Brother. So how somebody could do that bad, I don't know. I think people may have, at first people thought that he was trying to throw the competition, but I don't really think he was throwing it. I think he was really just like blind, didn't have his contacts in or something. I don't know, but it was embarrassing. Anyway, as we see, Shayna actually ends up winning the veto, but she doesn't use it. This doesn't really surprise me because I wasn't expecting Shayna to make a big flashy move because her game has been very much under the radar and she's really been playing all sides, and so I wasn't really expecting her to choose a side at this point. And as we saw, Mirai and Kattan remained on the block, where Mirai was sent home with a unanimous vote. So a new HOH has been crowned, and it is Miesha Tate once again. I believe it was the competition where they had to like take their clothes off and make sure all the buttons were pushed in the quickest amount of time, or whatever that comp is called. But yes, Miesha is our winner, second HOH of the season. So Miesha's target this week should be obvious. Based on everything she said to Chris Kirk last week, I'm certain that she'll be targeting Carson. She's made it publicly known that Carson is her target, and I'm sure he would put her up just the same. I don't know who she'll put up next to Carson. It could be his closest ally, Cynthia, or it could be a pawn like Kattan or even Shayna. But there are kind of two things that are standing in Miesha's way a little bit, and that's Kattan and Lamar Odom. Both of these guys just want to go home. They have no interest in playing Big Brother, no interest in strategizing or making allies or any of that stuff. These men want to go home, okay? They want to go home to their families. We saw last night that Kattan pretty much asked to be evicted instead of Mirai, and Lamar Odom has been talking about how he wants to go home for days. Like, I literally think Lamar only came on the show because he thought Khloe Kardashian would be on there. Like, he literally just wants to get back with his ex-wife, okay? He don't care about none of this other stuff. Kattan has just been miserable this whole time because he's not getting any sleep because he's rooming with Todd, who probably has sleep apnea. And so Todd has just been making Kattan miserable this whole time, and he just wants to go home too. So I could see one of them getting put on the block, maybe in the event that Carson is taken off, but I do believe that Miesha's primary target this week will be Carson. So who do you all think Miesha should target this week? Let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know, who are you rooting for? Who's your favorite people this week? This is a cast full of huge personalities, and I'm personally very, very excited to be a live feed watcher this season. There is never a dull moment in this house. As always, make sure you're subscribed if you are not already for more live feed recaps this season. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.